Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Here Today. And this was originally a theatrical release and is just making its way to VOD now and also physical media, so I got a chance to check it out. Because this was back, I couldn't catch this one when it was in theaters, to be perfectly honest, and now we have this film written, directed, and starring Billy Crystal, who is having a bit of a resurgence with Monsters at Work, the Monsters, Inc. spin-off series that they have on Disney+, and then he had this film where he stars alongside Tiffany Haddish, and how their connection happens is odd. You have Billy Crystal playing this famous writer, and he winds up having this lunch that was won by a banquet, like bidding war, and Tiffany Haddish shows up. She apparently stole the bidding ticket from her ex-boyfriend and came to this dinner and this lunch here, winds up having some seafood that she shouldn't be having, has an allergic reaction, and then boom, these two are connected and they have this budding relationship throughout the film that's semi-romantic, semi-familial, and it's just like you have genuine chemistry between these two actors, and they're a lot of fun together, to be perfectly honest. Like, Billy Crystal's being Billy Crystal, Tiffany Haddish is being Tiffany Haddish. You get to hear her sing in this film as she's a jazz singer, and they each get to do their thing in terms of their own creative process, but you also have their budding relationship and their ever-changing relationship because, to be perfectly honest, something is happening to Billy Crystal's character, Charlie. And throughout this film, something starts to become apparent with Charlie, and that drastically affects his life and how he's dealing with it. And that's where a lot of the drama starts shifting in for this film, away from some of the comedy, which there's some pretty funny laughs in this film, some really strong lines of, like, Billy Crystal's definitely picks up a lot of the laughs. Tiffany Haddish has a few laughs as well. And their chemistry is great, and they really work well together. And there's some more emotional moments, which felt a little hokey and not exactly the strongest acted moments in the film. And you have these two. This film that Crystal directs becomes really sappy and really melodramatic and cheesy in many ways, where it's so over the top in terms of, like, it's like, you're gonna be sad now. And you could just feel that coming a mile away. It's really telegraphed, it's really obnoxious at times, and it took me out of the film. Like, I enjoyed this one as more lighthearted and fun, but then it tries to get really dramatic, which it takes on some things that are very dramatic and sad, and you have some moments where you could see Crystal's character Charlie struggling with what's going on with him, and those moments you connect with him. But then there's, like, the third act of this film gets really there because, like, he has his two adult children, like Penn Badgley plays his son, and you have his daughter, who played by Laura Benanti, and she has a really uncomfortable relationship with him. He loves his granddaughter, who, the girl's not the greatest of actors, and a lot of this film really relies upon this strong, emotional, and dramatic heft in the third act of this film that doesn't really deliver. It never feels, like, fully genuine and sincere. It just feels just sappy and like, hey, it's time to get emotional, and it feels like you're watching a movie. And that's the last thing you want to feel when you're watching a movie, is like you're watching a movie. It takes you out of the film, unless it's doing it on purpose and does it in an interesting way. This just feels like it's trying too hard to hit those emotional beats, and it just knocks the tone out of whack. And this is a 2-hour film, and it felt it. Like, I felt like this film could have trimmed down a bit and moved along a little bit more efficiently throughout the film and getting to where it needed to be, because like there are moments that take me out of the film, and that just feels even heavier when the film is like a 2-hour film at that. So Here Today is a bit of a mixed bag. There's definitely things that really work about this film and that are very admirable. There's other things that feel like it just takes you out of the film and reduces your enjoyment of what you've experienced. And, you know, in the end, I feel like this film is something that you'll get some laughs out of if you just enjoy, like if you're like a Hallmark fan, like honestly kind of felt like that level of emotions and cheesiness. And like if that's kind of your thing, it won't really bother you here. If you don't appreciate when a film's being like obnoxiously, oh, I'm being an emotional, feel emotions, then this one's going to really knock you out of whack because it tries too hard in many ways, especially in the third act of the film. So this is a bit of a mixed bag, but there's definitely an audience out there that'll enjoy this one. But those are my thoughts on Here Today. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.